What if your presence could change the world without you even realizing it? Imagine stepping into a room and the very air shifts. Some are drawn to you, others feel an unexplainable discomfort. This isn't about charisma or appearance. It's about carrying something greater, something beyond yourself. To walk with God's presence is to carry a radiant light, a beacon that cannot be ignored. It's not simply a private experience, but a ripple that touches lives, shifts circumstances, and resonates in realms unseen. This light within you isn't silent. It whispers, calls, and transforms. Today, we will explore 7 undeniable signs that show you are carrying this sacred presence. These signs aren't just reflections of faith, but guiding marks of a life set apart, a purpose that transcends the ordinary. By the time this journey ends, you'll not only see these signs in yourself, but also understand the greater calling they reveal. So are you ready to uncover what makes your spirit unique? Let us begin. Have you ever noticed how some people are drawn to you while others seem unsettled, avoiding your gaze or your presence altogether? This isn't about who you are on the surface, it's about the light within you. Carrying God's presence means that your spirit resonates with a higher frequency, one that disrupts the shadows. Like a candle piercing through the darkest night, your presence reveals what others might wish to keep hidden. This isn't personal. It's spiritual. Those bound by chains they may not even recognize feel the weight of that light, for it exposes what lies beneath. As Jesus said, "If the world hates you, remember that it hated me first." Think of yourself as a quiet storm in a still room. The atmosphere changes when you step in, even when no words are spoken. Some will be drawn to that light, seeking warmth and hope. Others, chained by their own inner turmoil, may react with irritation or resistance. It's not you they oppose, it's the presence within you. This is the reality of walking with such power. Your spirit, aligned with God's, clashes with forces of darkness that thrive in secrecy. But take heart, this is not a burden, but a sign of your spiritual authority. Each uneasy glance, every moment of tension, is a testament to the fact that light always overcomes darkness. In these moments, let grace guide you. Remember, the struggle is not against people, but against the unseen forces that fear what you carry. Stand firm in the knowledge that this light is not only a shield, but also a path, illuminating every step of your journey. Imagine doors opening effortlessly, paths clearing where none seem to exist, and opportunities appearing as if guided by an unseen hand. This is the mark of divine favour, a gift that cannot be earned, only received. It's not luck or coincidence. It's the unmistakable evidence of God's hand upon your life. Living under divine favour doesn't mean life will be free of challenges. Even Jesus, who walked in perfect favour, faced opposition and trials. But it does mean that, even in the darkest valleys, there is light guiding you, protection surrounding you, and purpose pushing you forward. Think of Joseph, sold into slavery, falsely accused, yet rising to a position of unimaginable influence. Everywhere he went, God's favour followed, turning even the harshest circumstances into stepping stones. This favour isn't just for your benefit. It carries responsibility, a calling to use the blessings you've been given to uplift others, to bring light into places of despair. God's favour sets you apart, not to build your own kingdom, but to serve a greater purpose. It's a reminder that the gifts you carry are tools to further a plan far greater than yourself. As you walk in this favour, some may question why things seem to align for you, why you are shielded from storms that might overwhelm others. Let your response be one of humility and grace, reflecting the source of all good things. In this way, your life becomes a testimony, a living example of what it means to walk in alignment with the divine. To carry God's presence is to walk a path of surrender, where every step is guided not by your will, but by a higher calling. This surrender is not a single act, but a daily choice, a quiet laying down of your desires, plans, and fears in exchange for something greater. Think of a river flowing effortlessly toward its destination. It doesn't resist the bends or the rocks in its path. It surrenders to the current, trusting that it is being guided where it needs to go. This is the essence of surrender, yielding control and trusting that the one who leads you knows the way better than you ever could. Jesus himself modeled this surrender, saying, "Not my will, but yours be done." In that act, he showed us the beauty of letting go, of embracing a plan that might be difficult, but ultimately leads to freedom and purpose. To surrender is not to lose yourself, but to find your true self, the version of you that exists in alignment with the divine. This path of surrender often requires sacrifice. It might mean releasing a toxic relationship, stepping away from old habits, or walking into the unknown with nothing but faith to guide you. Yet, in this letting go, you gain something far greater: peace, clarity, and the assurance that you are walking the path meant for you. Through surrender, your life becomes a vessel, a channel through which God's Spirit can flow freely. In this, you are not only transformed, but also become a source of transformation for others. It's a journey of trust, where every step forward becomes a step closer to the purpose you were created to fulfill. To carry God's presence is to walk with eyes that see beyond the surface. Spiritual discernment is more than intuition. It is a gift that allows you to distinguish truth from deception, light from shadow, and God's voice from the noise of the world. It's like possessing a compass that always points toward what is right, even in the most confusing circumstances. This discernment is not born of human wisdom, but of a connection to the divine. The more time you spend in prayer, reflection, and understanding sacred truths, the sharper this gift becomes. It's as though a veil is lifted, allowing you to perceive spiritual realities that others might overlook. Through this, you're equipped to navigate life with clarity and purpose, knowing when to speak, when to act, and when to simply listen. Consider Solomon, whose discernment was so profound that it became legendary. When faced with a dispute between two mothers claiming the same child, Solomon's wisdom revealed the truth with startling precision. This same spirit of insight resides within you when you carry God's presence. It enables you to see beyond words and appearances, discerning motives, and recognizing the forces at work in any situation. Discernment is also your safeguard. In a world filled with spiritual confusion, it protects you from false teachings and deceptive influences. The enemy often disguises himself as an angel of light, offering half-truths designed to lead you astray. With discernment, you can test what you encounter, ensuring that your path remains aligned with what is good and true. This gift, however, is not just defensive, it's also transformative. It allows you to make decisions that reflect wisdom and compassion, offering guidance to those around you. When you discern the spiritual battles others face, you can extend grace, pray with intention, and be a source of encouragement. In this way, discernment not only strengthens your journey, but also becomes a light for others. As you walk closely with God, your discernment deepens, becoming an ever-present guide. It is not about perfection, but alignment, trusting that as you draw nearer to the divine, you will see more clearly. With this sharpened sense, you navigate life not with fear, but with confidence, knowing you are always guided by a wisdom far greater than your own. To carry God's presence is to walk in humility, a quiet strength that allows His light to shine through you without resistance. Humility isn't about diminishing yourself, but about recognizing your place in the grand design. It's an understanding that every gift, every success, every moment of grace comes not from your own doing, but from a higher source. Humility transforms the way you see the world and your role within it. Instead of striving for recognition or power, you seek to serve and uplift others. This is the heart of humility, to place others above yourself, not out of obligation, but as a natural outflow of the love you carry. Jesus Himself, though King of all, knelt to wash the feet of His disciples, a gesture that speaks volumes about the strength found in serving. Walking humbly also opens the door to wisdom. A humble heart is teachable, willing to learn and grow. It does not cling to pride or resist correction, but seeks understanding. As the psalmist says, He guides the humble in what is right and teaches them His way. When you embrace humility, you align yourself with this guidance, walking a path where every step is illuminated by His wisdom. In a world that often glorifies self-promotion, humility sets you apart. It's not a weakness, but a strength rooted in self-awareness and reverence for the divine. This humility allows you to extend grace to others, even when they fall short. It changes your interactions, making you a source of peace and understanding in a world that often leans toward judgment and conflict. Humility also makes space for God to work through you. When you let go of the need to control or take credit, you allow His presence to move freely. It's like clearing the clutter from a room, creating a space where light can enter and fill every corner. In this space, God's power is magnified and His purpose is fulfilled through you. Ultimately, humility is a path of freedom. It releases you from the weight of pride and the constant need to prove yourself. Instead, you walk with the quiet confidence of knowing that your worth lies not in what you achieve, but in who you are, a vessel of love, grace, and purpose, carrying the presence of the divine wherever you go. When God's presence resides within you, it ignites a fire that cannot be extinguished, a passion to live for Him in every aspect of your life. This passion is not fleeting or dependent on circumstances. It's a steady flame, fueled by love, devotion, and the unshakable desire to honor Him. It transforms your priorities, reshaping the way you view your purpose and the world around you. Living with this passion means seeking God wholeheartedly. You no longer settle for surface-level faith or hollow routines. Instead, you long for a deeper connection, one forged through prayer, worship, and immersing yourself in His word. As James wrote, "Draw near to God, and He will draw near to you." This pursuit becomes the cornerstone of your life, filling you with strength and clarity. A passion for God compels you to make sacrifices, not out of obligation, but out of love. It means letting go of habits, relationships, or ambitions that hinder your spiritual growth. As Jesus said, "Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross daily." These sacrifices, though difficult, bring freedom and align you with the path He has prepared for you. This passion doesn't only transform you, it overflows, touching the lives of others. When God's presence burns within you, it's impossible to keep it hidden. Like the prophet Jeremiah, who described God's word as a fire shut up in my bones, you feel compelled to share His truth. You become a vessel of hope, spreading light in places where darkness once reigned. However, this journey is not without challenges. A passion to live for God often attracts opposition, discouragement, and moments of loneliness. But even in the face of adversity, this fire within you remains unshaken. It's not sustained by external validation, but by the assurance that God walks with you, strengthening you for every trial. As Galatians reminds us, "Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. This passion also brings purpose. It infuses every task, every moment, with meaning. You begin to see your life not as a series of random events, but as a tapestry woven with intention. Whether in small acts of kindness or grand gestures of faith, you live each day with the knowledge that your actions echo into eternity, reflecting His glory. To live with passion for God is to embrace a life of constant renewal. It's a journey of trust, surrender, and joy, where each step draws you closer to the one who placed this fire within you. This is not just a way of living, it's a calling, a sacred adventure that transforms your heart and touches the world, one spark at a time. As we come to the end of this journey, it's clear that carrying God's presence is not just a privilege, but a profound calling. It transforms every aspect of who you are and how you navigate the world. From the way your spirit impacts others, to the favour, discernment, humility, passion, and protection you carry. These signs are unmistakable. They are not about perfection, but about alignment, a life lived in step with something far greater than ourselves. Each of these signs serves as a reminder that you are part of a divine plan, woven together with purpose and intention. You were not made to simply exist, but to shine, to illuminate dark places, and to bring hope where it's needed most. Your life, though ordinary in its appearance, carries the extraordinary light of God's presence, a light that cannot be ignored. But remember, these signs are not achievements or badges of honor. They are evidence of His work in you. They reflect His love, His grace, and His power moving through you, shaping you into a vessel of His light. Your surrender, your faith, and your willingness to walk this path make space for His presence to flourish, touching not just your life, but the lives of those around you. This journey is not without challenges. Carrying God's presence often sets you apart, and with it comes opposition, sacrifice, and moments of doubt. Yet, it is in these moments that His power is made perfect. Every trial you face becomes a testimony of His strength within you, every obstacle an opportunity for His glory to shine brighter. As you move forward, let these signs guide you, not as measures of your worth, but as reminders of the calling placed upon you. Live with humility, let passion fuel your steps, and trust in the protection that surrounds you. Allow discernment to shape your decisions, and carry the light within you with grace, knowing that you are never alone in this journey. You were created for more than you can imagine. To carry God's presence is to step into that more, to embrace a life filled with purpose, love, and an unwavering connection to the divine. So, keep walking, keep shining, and let your life be a reflection of the one who walks with you. And as you do, may you inspire others to seek that same light, becoming vessels of hope in a world that so desperately needs it. If this message resonated with you, take a moment to reflect and share it with someone who might need this encouragement today. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring insights into your spiritual journey. Let us know in the comments which of these signs speaks most to your heart. You are never alone in this journey. Together, let's keep spreading light and walking with purpose.